All right, hi everyone, and welcome to Pilates. We're just a couple days away from the Thanksgiving holiday, so I hope you can find some time. If you're not here today, take a break and do the class. A little self-care will be needed. And we are starting today using just a couple of toys, the soft ball, a roller, and a TheraBand. Let me just change this angle just a little bit more, or since it's not. So we are going to begin by just laying on your back, not using any of the toys yet, but doing some hip stretches and releases, which will help ease low back. So roll yourself back down to your mat, and then you can extend the left leg forward down the mat, pull the right knee into your chest, hold it nice and tight, but not over compressing the knee. If that bothers your knee, hold onto the back of the thigh like so. Otherwise, you can pull the shin in as close as you can while resting sort of on your sits bone. And just feel that nice tug, that pull, easy shoulders. And then from here, after feeling that stretch, you can release the knee forward and up a little bit, hands to the top of the knee to circle the leg on the socket. So you could use both hands or just one hand. Small circles here, as if you're drawing a circle on the ceiling with your knee. And then we'll reverse the direction of the circles. Welling the socket with the smooth. And then pull that knee tight into the chest. Then we'll pull it to the right knee, goes outside of the right hip. Tuck it in under the right armpit. And press down through your left hip and down to the back of the left thigh to increase the stretch you feel from the inner thigh and across the front of the pelvis. Then you'll pick the knee up and pull it on a diagonal across towards the opposite shoulder. In this case, the right leg goes towards the left shoulder here. And here you'll feel that stretch on the outer hip and thigh. And then next, open the knee out to the side. The thigh will be perpendicular to the torso. This series will be great if you plan to do any driving over the holidays or any kind of travel, really. And then we can pull the right knee so that it lifts up, pointing to the ceiling, cross it over the body. Again, we're taking the thigh at 90 degrees from the torso. You can extend your right arm and turn your head to look at the hand, and then pull the knee across the body so your spine is in a spiral twist here. And just take a couple of breaths to relax your body into the rotation. Then as we exhale, we pull across diagonally from the left shoulder to the waist to the right glute. And then here, pull that knee straight into the chest wall again. Lengthen the left leg away from that pull of the right knee into your body. And then let's go ahead and release the right leg forward and down. Give both legs a little shake. You should feel this leg has dropped and released into the ground. And now we can pull the left knee in. Pull that in nice and tight. Still reaching out through the left sits bone. And after finding that embrace, we can circle the knee. Smooth and easy, draw perfect circles on the ceiling. With this, help you massage out your glute. Give yourself a little ease of the lower back. And then we'll reverse the circles here. Drawing the leg on the joint surface. And then embrace the leg on in. Now we'll take it to the left armpit, so same side. The right leg reaches out and down, like a stream of water, of energy, a fire, whatever you think. Should be running through the center of your leg and out to the center of your foot. So the leg isn't just invert here on the mat, but you have a feeling of reach. It's reached also just it's being alive. Now we can pull the left knee up and across towards the right shoulder blade. And keeping the left hip down, so you get a good little stretch here across the outer glute, outer hip. and the area like approaching the upper IT band. From here, we bring the knee back to center, open the knee out to the left. Thigh band is perpendicular to the torso, and you're holding the right hip down. So you may want to even take your hand underneath the leg to hold it up. Use the elbow and the forearm as a kickstand here to support the weight of your leg. And then go ahead and exhale, pull the knee up, and we'll bring it across the body. The right hand reaches for the left knee. And you pull the leg over. You can extend your left arm out along the floor and look at that hand. Keep the left shoulder blade down. So you're giving your spine a twist in both the lower and upper areas. As you exhale, unwind, pull the hip down, pull the knee back into center, and then you can embrace it in one more time. And then release it easy down the mat with a shake, and then both legs should feel happy and also the same way. So we're moving to just a couple of stretches and exercises here using the small ball, the toy ball. If you don't have one today, you're watching this video, you can do the exercises, some of them on the ground and some with the roller. So this first one, we're lifting the hips up at the bridge and taking the roller right underneath your sacrum, a big triangular bone near the base of the spine. And then find your balance here on it. Now we're just going to begin with a little pelvic tuck and arch. So as you tuck, you pull your waist down and the tail lifts up. So the back is then in sort of a C curve here. And then as you inhale, you arch, you lower the tail, you increase the arch in the back. So my arms are lifted so you can see my spine here. And then exhale to tuck, press the waistline down, the tail lifts. And then arch, the tail is down. Now if it doesn't feel comfortable, adjust the position of the ball underneath you. And now here, if you're taking the arms at your side, when you tuck, you're going to feel a little bit more mobility in the rib cage if you sort of lift the top of the shoulders up and rotate the arms slightly internally. And then when you go into the arch, dropping the tail and lifting the waist, you can push the top of the shoulders down, pull the blades together underneath you, and rotate the arms slightly externally. And then we rotate internally with the arms. As we tuck, here's the exhale as we drape our spine into flexion. And then inhale as we rotate the arms externally, pull the blades together, the collarbones widen, and the tail sinks as the belly lifts, increasing the arch of your spine. Just one more. And exhale, pull to the inner arm, sink your waist down. Tail and the front of the pelvis rise up towards the ceiling. And then when you arch, push the shoulders down, narrow the back to expand the front and open the front of the ribs. You breathe into your extension and then come back to center here on the ball. Maybe just rock a little bit side to side, massage out the sacrum, the SI joints. And now we're doing some V folds here. So you're on the ball, and this is when if you don't have the ball, just put your roller or your block across under the sacrum here. But it'll be harder on the ball because of the lack of stability. So think about we're going to spread your feet into the floor here, really spread them and sink them like you're sinking into sand. And now, before we pick up the right knee, think of getting heavy in the right glute, and then pull the knee up in a knee fold. And then exhale, lower that leg down. Bring it down with control, use your full exhalation. The foot presses into the floor. Now you press down to the left hip and then you pick up the left. Exhale to lower it down. So you want to work slowly with control. So you're not just throwing the legs up in the air and dropping it back into gravity. And here we go for the right. And exhale to lower. Once the foot is grounded, you want to feel the inner thigh work as you press the inside line of that right knee. Then you can move the left leg. Almost picture as you're picking up the right knee next, the weight of the leg force into the socket to make it heavier. And that'll help you stay balanced across the ball here. And then go ahead and lower the knee and think of the weight like sand, point out the hip, into the foot. So we have up with the left. You also picture an invisible wall here between your legs and slide your legs along the outside edges of the wall. Now for more challenge, of course, I know you want that. We can lift the elbows and just go to the fingertips. And you're going to start to find as we do some different arm variations that the body becomes less steady, and that's fine. Our goal is not to fall off the ball. And if you find that you're kind of wiggling a little bit on it, as long as you can come back to center, your body's learning what it needs to learn in this exercise. Of course, eventually we'd like to be as stable as possible. So still thinking here of controlling this movement. The control happens from your deep psoas muscle next to your spine on each side. But also remember, before you pick up the leg, or as you're picking up the leg, you should pick up the right one, more weight goes into the right glute, and then lower it down. Equal weight in the feet, equal weight across the pelvis, and then pick up the left, extra weight in that left hip. And this is where you'll find if you have different patterns of organization of your body. All right, so we can also do a version with the elbows bent and the fingers pointing to the ceiling. Picking up the right knee, and exhale to press it down. And now here for the left. And exhale to lower it. So the work in your center and your obliques, trying to keep the pelvic girdle organized in line with the ribcage here. And then let's lift to a high heel position with your feet. And we're going to pick the right knee up. And then as you exhale, switch the legs in midair. So we're going to pass in mid-stride. I find it helpful to really press the lower part of the upper arm into the ground. And imagine I'm holding another ball here between my hands. I'm squeezing gently just to get a little bit more connected to the abdominal wall and the deep core. Breathe as you do this. And accept the small wiggles as part of the process. Okay, and then we're going to bring both feet down, both heels down, and lift up, the ball out, and just go ahead and lay down and feel that ease and release in your back. Now there's one more thing I want to do here with the ball. So now bridge up, and we're taking the ball again back in under your sacrum. Shirt center, that you like where it is, adjust as you need to. And here we're going to go into our footwork exercise. But because you're on the ball, be sure that you're taking legs higher than you normally would. Also, we're going to keep the head down, not the upper ab curl. So that means both of those things mean that legs are going to go more vertically in this exercise. So heels together, frog position to begin. Inhale, stretch the legs up and out on a high diagonal. And exhale, frog in, holding the heel connection tight. So inhale to push away, lengthen all the way up, exhale and back. If you find that your back is arching as you're doing this, maybe try placing the ball in a different position, or just go higher with the legs, even if they don't fully extend. And they might not if you're tight in the hamstrings. So just take it where you can feel that stretch in the back of the legs and return on the exhale. So if you feel like your back is fine, you can go a little bit lower to feel more core. We push the air aside, move through it, and then exhale, come right on back in. And again, if you want to try a little bit more challenging arm position, go for it. Press away, exhale, suck the belly in, drag the heels back in. Do one more. It's useful to think that you're pressing a weight away, like a 1,000-pound weight, and drag it back into your body. Now here we go to parallel legs. Soft point with your feet, the arches are lifted and wrapped around imaginary balls. So press the legs up on the angle that works for you and exhale, return. You should definitely feel the abdominals engaged. You'll feel the back stiffen a little bit, but don't let the back overarch. Keep the legs zippered in to the best of your ability. Ideally, they'd be pressing together on the inside edges of the feet, maybe at the knee, maybe the upper thigh, and you could always add like a rolled up towel or a hat of some kind here between the legs to increase that inner thigh connection. Try a different position, just with my fingertips to the ground and the arms straight. Just a couple more here with that point, reach out. Come back on one more. So the foot's in that plantar flexion position when you're long across the top of the ankle and long across the top of the foot. Now dorsiflexion, we flex at the foot and the ankle and then push the heels up and away. And exhale, pull it back. Really picture your scapula, your shoulder blades sinking deep into the ground underneath you to help your stability here. And focus on working right in that medial line with your legs so that we're balanced right to left. That'll help you with the uneven surface of the ball. Inhale, push out, open to the heels. Exhale to drive the back in towards your tail. Knees come in over the chest and push out. Again, still keeping that flexion to the foot and the ankle, even as you're bending and straightening the knees. We do one last one like this. Pull it in. And now extend the legs up to the ceiling. Soft point to flex. So heel ball toe, toe ball heel. The legs here should be high so that you get a stretch. When you lift the heels, you feel the stretch of the calf. And when you pull the legs back close enough towards your shoulders, towards your face, you get also the stretch in the hamstrings. Working consistently and fluidly through your feet. They're a matched pair. And one last one here. And back in a soft plank. Take your full length of your arms into the ground, externally rotate the legs. And now we're going to pull the legs apart here, sideways. And exhale, pull them up to pull them together. Now, of course, it's important, just like doing this with the lower leg placed down your spine, which would be another option for this, that you bring the legs apart and together, keeping them equidistant from center. So the legs work in mirror images of each other. Exhale, pull together, lift up. And again, if it's too easy, find a different position for your arms. So you have less support onto the mat, less of a closed chain, will make you work harder. I recommend going to more connection before you try the next one, which is just the right leg goes out to the side, the left leg stays vertical. Exhale, pull the leg back up. Now the right leg's going to stay vertical, the left leg moves sideways in space. Goes an arc out and down the wall, and then exhale, bring it on up. So you can probably feel as you're taking the right leg out, putting a lot more weight into that right arm. Exhale, come up to the ceiling. Get prepared to work the left arm more as you take the left leg out. Exhale, drag it up to the ceiling. We'll do just one more set here. Inhale, right leg goes out sideways. Maintain the little bit of external rotation. Exhale, lift it back up to the sky. And here for the left. Reach it out. The left arm presses more firmly into the ground. Further you go, the harder it is to balance. Come back up to center. And then you can fold the knees in as you inhale and lower the feet down as you exhale. Bridge up and the ball comes out. Place it to the side. Good. Hope you enjoyed that bit of core work and balance work today. Okay, so we are going to come up to sitting and then pull back into our upper curl for hundreds. Hi everyone. So here we go. So you have your knees bent. And so the back of your thighs, lift your chest wide, the collarbones sit up tall. And then look down, curl the tail up as you roll the limb back down. Come down to the base of the ribs. Extend the arms forward, pull the legs in, and then up to your working level, and we pump the arms here. Inhale. And exhale. Feel the abdominal wall expanding through its full line as you inhale and contracting all the way from your tailbone to your jaw as you exhale. Body expands in 3 dimensions on your inhale. It's not just the lungs expanding, it's also the abdominal wall, and then exhale, pull everything together down and deep. You're just strong and straight there, reaching forward. You keep trying to lift your head and maintain that work right at the base of the sternum under the chest. So like this is like one of the points that tends to let go as we tire. So you have to keep coming up and really working through that. When you're trying to slide the sternum down into your navel, down in towards the pubic bone. Stay lifted here, balance just on the tip of the scapula. The back of the neck is stretching long. And one more breath. Exhale the air out of your body, and then you can pull everything in to lay it down and rock your head side to side. Extend the legs forward, roll up. This next, you would have the option of using the fair bend around your feet. Otherwise, the arms up to the ceiling, drop your blades, bring the arms back without adding additional ribcage lift. And we come up, lifting the arms, head and chest. Exhale, pull the ribcage off the ground. Dive forward, sucking the waist back, reaching your head out between your arms. Make a C-curve shape with your spine. And now curl the tail forward and then up through your legs. The arms can lift, so you have more work on your way down. So anchor your back down, one vertebra at a time. Go all the way down and stretch the arms behind you, coming up again. You're going to exhale before you need it and carry the exhale all the way forward. Breathing out, breathing out, breathing out to pull the belly in deep. And then start to roll back and rotating the pelvic girdle on the fingers. Come back, suspend from your arms like the holding springs from the ceiling. Lay your spine down 1 inch, another inch, etc. And then reach the arms behind you without overarching the back. We come up and over. Let's do one more. Exhale to lift. Keep the breath pushing out of your lungs. Suck the belly in so the spine stretches around that interior curve, and then roll it back again. Press forward with your feet, press forward with your fingertips, press forward with your knees, pull yourself back and sustain all of this forces reaching forward. And then once we're down, we're going to come back down and draw the fair bend for the single leg circle. Right leg first. Should already feel a little bit warmed up if you we're here for the first part of the stretching to the beginning of class. So the elbows are forward and down by your waist. Do a soft plank for your foot. Inhale, the leg crosses over. Exhale, bring it low. Out to the side, around and up to the ceiling. So it's a short, deep inhale and then a long, slow exhale. Come out, around, and up to the ceiling. Here, and we reach again. Pushing forward into the band, allowing the band to support the weight of your leg. And also help you find more stretch away from your center. As you anchor down to the right hip, the leg moves left, anchor down to the left hip, and the leg stretches out to the right. We come to the top, lengthen, and then reverse. Out to the right, and then exhale. Push the other side, drag the leg over, lift it high to the ceiling, and again. You want the inhale to be so short, and the exhale to be so long that at the top of the movement, you really feel the contraction through your lowest abdominal muscle, that transversus. It pulls tight together like a corset around the low part of your abdominal wall. It is the abdominal wall, right? And up here, take the ends of the band in the right hand, open the leg out to the right, pull the left side rounded and heavy. Maybe even try thinking of rotating to the left to drop the left side of your body into the ground. And that'll give you more stretch and also more work in your center. Rocking the leg a little bit towards your shoulder and back. Exhale, pick it up, switch hands on the band. Right arm extends, cross the leg over. Pull as close to your shoulder as possible. It's okay if the knee is bent as long as you feel the stretch. And then rotate the leg internally from the femur from the thigh bone so that the knee and the toes point down. slightly. It's not going to be extreme. Exhale, pull the right hip down. That lifts the leg up to the ceiling. Give it another stretch here. And then take the band off the leg and extend the leg forward. The two sides will feel very different. You want to admire your work. Enjoy that feeling of weight and length on the right side. And then we place the band on the left leg. Bring it up high, some point. Now, when you pull the knee in, you may have short in the waistline. So you may want to swing your tail a little to the right to keep the pelvic mass level or in the same plane. So begin the circles. Inhale across the body, exhale, reach low. Keep the elbows grounded, pivot from the elbow points, and stretch again. The bend allows the leg to go further and further. It finds that resistance, it finds the support, and then you can stretch it long, helping to open the joints, create a little more space there, and also lengthen the muscles. The breath gets deeper and deeper, that shorter inhale, that longer exhale. And the longer exhalation pattern relaxes the body, settles and calms the nervous system. Come all the way here to the top. And let's reverse onto the side and exhale, around you go. Stir the air with the movement of your leg. It acts like a fan here, creating a little breeze in the room around you. Reach away from the right side while holding the right side heavy. And same thing happens when you go out to the left. Let's do one more here. Rotating the leg on the socket. Anchor from the top, give it a stretch, and then the left hand holds with the ends of the strap and open the arm out so the leg goes out to the side. Give it a little bit of a rock here. Very calm, very gentle. Pulling the right hip down for a bigger stretch, and we're working your obliques. And then exhale, pick the leg up, switch hands. Bring the left leg over to the right. Rotating the leg internally as you look at the extended left arm, reaching out to the wall on that side. Feel how you're keeping your chest parallel to the ceiling and your hips are working to be parallel to the wall. Exhale to pull the hips down, lift the foot up. Get the stretch again, and then fold the knee in. All right, and then come forward and up. Oh, sorry, this first one is stretch the leg out. I don't want you to miss the magic of feeling the difference that you just acquired here that you worked for. So you pull either leg in, and then roll forward and up to sitting for rolling like a ball. Hang onto your shins. Easier would be to hang onto your thighs. Suck the belly back, rounding your spine. Inhale, we lift the tail and roll the shoulder blades. Exhale, come forward to roll back to your balance point on the sacrum. Rolling here. Exhale, diving the hip forward. Now, literally, you want to try to get your exhale to start as soon as your blades touch, so that you're already in the exhale as you change direction and lift. Elbows widen forward so that your shoulder blades move apart and your spine can round back between them when we're here. And come forward and up. Now we're going to use the ball today for the ab series. You can grab it. And then as we roll back, we're going to take the ball between your hands and right in front of your sternum, sort of at heart level. Right, so it'll look like this. And it should be sort of a straight line from elbow to the ball to the other elbow. So we're going to roll back right into the upper ab curl, pulling the right knee into your chest, left leg out. Keep the upper ab curl working as you can have switch the legs and switch again. Of course, if for you this isn't working for your neck, you can either lay your head down and continue like this, or you can go back to bringing your hands on your legs in the traditional version. We're trying to really come deep into that curve, bend right below the chest wall. Just doing one more. Pull both knees in, lay your head down, and rest the ball on the top of your shins with your knees. So we're going to come up to do the double leg stretch here using the ball. So pull yourself up, shins parallel to the ground. You're in the upper curl. Now as you inhale, the arms lift the ball up and back behind you. The legs stretch forward. You just exhale, fold the knees, bring your hands back to rest on your shins. Keep looking down. So you don't want to look up at the ball. You do want to squeeze it a little bit. So feel like this, like you're opening something that reminds you of a picnic basket or this old fashioned wicker ones. and then pull yourself back into a ball. So you stretch away and pull everything back. Let's do that again. Don't fall flat. Take the arms and legs to a level that allows you to feel the work but not overwhelming. And then rest down. Okay, open the arms and just rock the knees from one side to the other. You turn your head away from the movement of your knees in order to get a little bit of release in your neck and a release in your abs. Now the next one will be your scissors. So let's come up to sitting again. Hold the ball forward. So what will happen here is when we're in the upper curl, the legs are up for scissors. We're going to take the leg and kick the ball and do that again, but of course, in the upper curl, the legs up to the ceiling. So go back to your best upper curl. Challenge yourself to a little higher than you normally would, get a little more to your abdominals. Pull the knees in, extend them up, and then tap the right shin to the ball. 1, 2, switch, and then lift your hips up to tap 1, 2, and switch. Double beat. Again, don't look at the ball, don't look at your feet, except you climb with the legs down. Bending is necessary to bring the leg up to the ball, or bring the ball forward to bring the ball to the leg. But again, you're not trying to move the ball, move the arms. You're trying to move the leg to the ball, so that you get the stretch you're looking for in the back of your legs. So do 1 more set. And then hold everything in, rest your head down. Okay, so turn your head again, give your neck a little release. How was that? Did you feel it? Hopefully, yes. Okay, so for the next one, we're taking the ball between the arches of your feet. It's like a ball embedded in a wall here. And then pull your head and chest up to your upper curl. Squeeze the ball, and then double leg lower lift. Watch your range. Take it out and down. Feel the work in your abs increase. Exhale. And lift it on up, feel the stretch in the back of your legs. And then press it away. You want to watch that you're not arching the back and being too ambitious with the range of motion. It's more important to feel the work in a healthy way and not risk your back. Remember, just like squeezing the ball here, squeeze from the inner legs as well as from the feet and get that whole inside line of your leg activated here. And we press out again. Exhale and pull it on up. So we'll take the ball in our hands and we're moving into elbow to knee variation. So the ball's going to go low between your hands by your right hip. As you stretch the left leg away, you're coming up and twisting the body. Then we're going to switch the legs and twist to the other side. So the ball just arc over the legs and to the side. In a way, this is an easier variation. You're not supporting the head and the neck, but it does give you a lot of reach forward to be sure that you're not just side bending here when you do this exercise, but lifting and curling into flexion with the twist. Remember, keep those legs strong and straight. They are under control. They're going straight out of the socket, and then we come straight back in towards the chest wall. We'll just do 1 more set. See how it gives you a nice little massage across the lower back, and then we can lay it down. Perfect. So put the ball aside, and then just stretch the arms back and the legs forward. Just open up the front of your body. We're coming up next for spine stretch, and we'll use the ball for that today as well. So we lift the arms, head down your chest, exhale, come up. Take the stretch here for your spine, and then stack your spine up. So you may want to sit elevated up on a yoga block. I'm going to do this with a little bit of a diagonal here so you can see it. So you want to sit upright and then overlap your hands on the ball. The legs are wider than the ball, so you're not like holding them. But you're going to lightly press down with the chest come into a slight upper back extension. That means the ball may have to come in a little closer to you. And then as you come center, the hands are overlapped on the sides of this ball. And as you dive over and round the spine, the ball comes up over your wrist, along your forearms, and you go over to feel that stretch in the back. And then as you stack the spine, the arms press into the ball. Good. So what this will do, you can feel how it helps you articulate the spine from the top to the bottom and then back up again. So find the arch, the little seated swan, and then look ahead at the horizon and then look down and back over. It leads you out over in a curve. And then you can press into the ball, come all the way up. Make sure to have just the right amount of pressure. And of course, these balls are old and soft, so they give you nice feedback, but figure out how much pressure you need to feel connected to it and still have the ball roll. This would also work with a larger ball, but this is what we have. So lift the heart up and release down, and one more time. Take it over and down here. Feel the back lengthen as you back forward, and then coming back up all the way here. Good. Okay, we can put the ball aside, and then we're going back to rolling. So first, openly balance, arms between the legs. Take your hands to the top of the ankles. Lift your tail as you go back onto your sacrum. And we extend the right leg up in the air. And exhale, hold it back down. And on the left. Lift, stretch, and exhale, pull it back. One more, right side here, shoulder stays down. Exhale, lower. That's it. And now the left leg. Lift it up, reach here. And exhale, heels connect together towards the tail. Both legs. Simultaneous, they go up, maybe the hands wrap a little bit around the lateral leg, and then coming in, the hands come inside the knees. Keep the knees narrow, and bring the legs up, and hold them back down. Now we're going to take it up and hold it up, get ready to roll. So extend the legs, hold here, look into the abs, curl the tail up, sink the abs back deeper, and roll your spine. Just to the shoulder blades, exhale, lift to come up. Find your balance point and roll back again. Taking it back here. Exhale, pulling yourself forward to balance. And one more time. And then we can close the legs, bend the knees, and lower ourselves down. For a corkscrew. Let's take the ball between the edges of the feet again. Squeeze it in and lift the legs up to the ceiling. So try to push the ball to the sky, but still let the weight of the legs fall into the socket, arms at your side for stability. So we're just going to take the legs over to the right, circle forward and around, over to the left, exhaling all the way up to the top, and then reverse. Going left, exhale around, to the right, and back to center. So let's work this next one, keeping the pelvis grounded here. So you just feel that you're like taking this journey of putting pressure around the edges of the sacrum, massaging out the SI joints here. And now arms at your side. First, let's just take the legs all the way over to the right. Lifting the left hip, see how far you want to go. And then exhale, pull the left hip down to pull the legs back up to the ceiling. Now pick up the right hip to take the legs over to the left. And then think of pulling the left hip up to bring you back to center and then over to the right again. So we're rocking the hips here, keeping the shoulders grounded, the shoulder girdle is stable. The ribs are lifting though, depending on how far you go. Reach, exhale. Be sure you make it difficult. I know you will. Exhale, pull back to center. Okay, let's fold the knees in. Let's take the ball out. And now rock forward, come up to sitting. First one. Elevate yourself on a block here, on both, whatever you have. And arms extend out to the side, reach out long. Inhale, grow taller, exhale, rotate to the right, and we dive over. The back arm reaches long, and you pull yourself open with the chest with that pressure of your hands. Lift to come up, center here, and then twist to the left. The right arm slides down the leg. You press into it, pick up that left shoulder, and pull the blades towards the right. Lift to come up here, hold the rotation, unwind, and again spin to the right and dive over. Looking up and back towards your fingertips. So you also get that rotation in the neck. come all the way up to center and then fix the left. Let's come. So you're pressing down to the right sits bone, reach long to the left arm. Then keep it straight here, but reach as far as you can across the room. Pull it up, center, unwind, and then legs together and onto our stomach here for swan. So let's use the roller, and we're going to use it and realize we haven't done it yet. So pull it over, up on your belly, and extend arms forward over the roller, sort of halfway between wrist and elbow. Here's between arms. If your shoulders are tight, bring the arms wider. And then we pull the head and the chest forward as we pull the blades down your back, use your lats. Lift up into a stretch. You want to feel the stretch from the pubic bone to the heart, to the jaw. And then release it down as if there's another roller on top of you, rolling you down to the ground from your sacrum all the way up to the top of your head. And again, collarbones widen as you pull the blades down your back using the lats. Up, 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 up. Our eyes are up. So you've got last little lift of the chest. And then sink it down here. Take your time, releasing it down. Feel that length in your body here as you reach from fingers to toes. And one more time like that. Lift the heart as high, it expands, it rises. And then slowly come down. All right, and we're going to sit back in our child's pose and bring the roller with you. Again, under sort of the forearm. The head drops down. Now, if the knees are apart, or maybe even if they are together, try to get your forehead on the ground. In any case, you want to stabilize your head and then just move the shoulder blades up by your ears to push the roller away and then pull the blades down your back, lengthening the neck. So we're moving the scapula here to push the roller, whether it's away from your head or towards your head. Trying to keep the elbows straight here. Do you feel that stretch under the arm, into the armpit, into the lat? Lengthen again here. Shrug the shoulders up by your ears, pull the blades down, and do one more. And then we can start coming back, stacking the spine, all the way up to sitting. Okay, let's put this aside. And we are going to do some side puts today using the ball under our rib cage. This is a really nice way to get more expansiveness in your lungs, a little bit more openness in your rib cage, which is really helpful, not only for breathing, which is the most important thing, but also for side bending and rotation. So we're going to take the ball, not really into the armpit itself, but like sort of between the armpit and the, well, if you're a woman at the bra line, but if you're a guy, just kind of tucked in right by the side of your chest wall. And of course, it may depend on your size as to how accurate that is. So you try to get it right there, and you can rest on your elbow. And the opposite hand is in front of your chest, the legs are forward and stacked in flexion of the ankle. So pick up your top leg and inhale, slide it forward and pulse 1 and 2. Point the foot, take it back and pulse 1 and 2. Double beat forward here. Press, point, take it back and reach again. Now we're still trying for stability here with the torso, even though you're on something that moves and rolls like a ball. So keep pulling in with that right elbow towards your armpit and really press the bottom leg into the ground. Come back to center, rotate externally, point to lift the foot up, flex to bring it on down. Point, lift, flex and close. Once more, point to take it high and flex to bring it down. Now reverse, flex up, point, stretch it away. Flex to lift, point, lengthen it out. Flex here to rise, point, stretch it down. Développé, pull it in, knee to the shoulder, foot to the ceiling, flex, push out and down. So pull it in, lift it, extend it, flex and lower it. One more of this. We work through the leg muscles, stretch out here, and now reverse, go up, point the foot, bend the knee, skate the leg forward, reach out to full length, flex to lift. Point bend, exhale all the way forward and down, the head pulls away, and lift up, point bend, all the way forward and down. Now from here, rond de jambe. So you bring the leg forward, up, around, back, and through center. Start with a short, deep inhale and reach out through a long, slow, deeper exhale. One more in this direction. Hold the head, the body stable here. Hugging the ball into the armpit. Let's reverse. The leg goes back, we open the hip. You rotate the leg as you bring it through the top of the arc and then all the way back over the other leg. So again, reach here, rotating the leg on the hip, just like we did in the single leg circles earlier. Last one. And then here we are. We can still do the figure 4 here. So bring the top leg in front of the bottom one, push the thigh away and lift the bottom leg up and exhale, bring it down. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Lift, hold it there, and exhale, bring it down. Now lift and hold, and we circle around and up. 1, 2, 3. Bring it up, reverse. Circle around and up. 1, 2. Try to get the thigh off the ground and not just the foot. 3. Bring it up, hold it up, and lower it down. And then we're going to extend the leg, come up, take the ball out from underneath you. And when we check to see what happened, we're going to lay on our backs. And just breathe in and see if you feel a difference in the right and left lung. Any comments? Thumbs up? Everyone has a thumbs up here. The thing that you probably can feel is, right, there's more expansiveness, like the right rib cage really opens, that have the capacity to really expand your right lung. And when you breathe in here, it feels like the left one is definitely restricted, whereas before it probably just felt fine and normal. But now that we feel the possibilities, we're thinking, oh my poor left lung, let's help it out. So we'll do that next. So come on up. And it's good to know, I mean, particularly with the holidays coming up. We enjoy them, but they're also stressful. And there's bad stress and good stress. So it's sometimes a combination of both of those things. So, but breathing is a good way to handle stress, better than overeating or over drinking. So you might want to think about, working on something like this that can help your breath and help you calm your nervous system down. Anyway, so here we go. Just a suggestion. So we take the top leg out, you're crossing your hand in, and find your stability on your sideline on the ball. So flex the foot to kick it forward and pulse 1, 2. Point the foot to take it back and pulse and reach 1, 2. Flex double beat forward. Point, double press back. And again here, lengthen out through the leg, lengthen open the hip. Come back to center and we rotate the leg down, external rotation. Now point to lift it high, flex and bring it down, squeeze the air out from between your legs. Point, lift and flex to lower. Point to go up, flex to come down. Now reverse, flexing up, point, stretch it away, flex, lift, point, lengthen it down. One more here. All the way down, développé, bend the knee. Pull the knee into your shoulder, lift the foot, flex, and reach out and away. Let it in here, extend it up, flex, and lower it down. Do one more. Close to reverse. Flex to lift, point the foot, bend the knee, and skate that leg down. Stretch it out like it's skating out here on ice. Lift, point, bend. Exhale all the way forward and down. Pull the neck away from the hip. Last one. Go all the way forward and down, and now rond de jambe. Inhale forward, exhale up, around, rotate the leg on the socket, reach out to the center of the sole of the foot, and hold yourself here, pulling that left elbow into the ground towards the armpit, spreading the right hand and stabilizing yourself here. You're going to hold your torso steady while you do this movement of your legs. Let's reverse. So you take the leg back, you open the hip, you circle forward and around, and do that again. Reach out long here, hold the body steady and still on the ball, and we close the circle, and now we move into figure 4. So you can bring the foot in front of the hip, in front of the thigh, and now let's pick the bottom leg up and exhale, bring it down. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, lift, exhale, bring it to the floor. Lift, hold it up, reach it out, and circle 1, and 2, and 3. Come up to the top, reverse your circles. 1, 2, 3. Bring it high, bring it low, and then we can go ahead and stretch on out. We'll take the ball out from underneath and then lay over onto the back. Let's hopefully see that we bounce out the flexibility in the ribs and the ability of the 2 lungs to expand and breathe deeply. Everyone feel that change? Good. And then let's grab your ball, come up to sitting. There's actually another way to use a ball. I mean, I'm used to using the Franklin balls for this. You could also use your fist if you don't have a ball here. But you can just see how far can you side bend now? So test it out on one side. All right. And now we're going to do that same motion to that same side that you just tested and tap the ball here along the line as you. So tapping muscles helps them relax and release. Let's just do one more. And come back. Again, check your breathing. Nice, right? And then let's take your side bend again to open that side. And then lift to pull up. Good, right? Of course, you would feel the change just doing multiple exercises, but also tapping really helps give you that expansiveness in the intercostals, the muscles between the ribs. So it makes just now breathing so much happier, so much more pleasant, and of course, changes your range of motion. So here we go for the other side. So we're just going to lift the arm and side bend over. Oh, it feels so stiff in comparison. And then pull it back up. And we'll take it over again. Just one more without the ball. And now we'll add the ball tapping. So this came from my Franklin method, or not from Pilates, but of course, whatever you learn, you can incorporate it into what you already know. Final one. On the side. Nice to feel that ease and breath and the expansiveness. And then just take a side bend. Feel that stretch. And lift, pull it up. Now, another great thing to do, especially with one of these balls that's really soft and squishy, just going to end laying on your back with the ball under your neck and slowly turn your head side to side. Now, they do sell online and other places balls that are inflatable. Like if you look up exercise inflatable balls, you can find them. I forget, this might be like 8 to 10 inches or something, but they come with a peg and like a little straw made out of plastic that you can put into the ball to expand it to whatever size you want, however much give you want in the ball. You can adjust it by taking out the little peg at the end. So we're gonna lay down on this. Fit it in under your neck and towards the occipital part of your skull. And then just bring your knees together, knees bent, feet apart. And slowly turn your head to one side. And then turn your head to the other. This feels even better if you have less inflated balls. So those inflatable ones are perfect for this. And a lot of my clients will use them at the end of a hard day or between their work day and their family time or their personal time. Definitely when they travel. And you just feel the weight of your head tipping to the side. And imagine that the air inside the ball is moving from one side of the ball to the other to actually shift your head as if you were a raft riding waves in the sea, lifting and sinking down because of the movement of the water underneath you. Think about the air inside the ball moving from one side to the other to pick your head up and then to drop it softly into the space between two waves. And you ride it back up and then you sink back down. Go slowly enough that you're not racing yourself. To just really enjoy the stretch, the rotation of your neck, and the length you get as you drop down to the side. You can even think of extra weight into the opposite shoulder. Just wanted to share this today as we really start approaching the end of the year. Everything accelerates. We need a chance to slow down. And some tools to help us relax. So then when you take the ball out, lay it back. And even having it push forward helps it fall back a little bit further now. Okay, and then we are good for today. If I don't see you tomorrow, have a wonderful holiday. I'll see you on the other side. Thank you, everyone.